last week served its purpose, but this week we get a full week of preparation, which we haven't really had before, a normal full week. For my side of it, that means a little bit more time, and to be able to go through a few more things, so really relished that. Last year they won some critical games. They really evolved their attack from what I can see. They had the fastest ball available in Six Nations. So that's better than Ireland, that's quick. So they know their game and they're playing it well.
I've played them a couple of times and I've seen them how fast they've improved. The two main things is how quick they recycle their ball, and also they're good at engaging defenders and passing at the line real late, opening up holes so players can go through. So they've come a pretty good way. They've always were good, but now I think they're a team where you've got to put your best foot forward against them, because they're playing some bloody good footy. So looking forward to the matchup against them. But we got to respect them.
The Ireland South Africa game. Did we see those two teams set the standard for this World Cup?
I was hugely impressed with the intensity of the game. Set piece pressure was huge from both sides, but the defence and the movement and the collisions for as long as it was immense, and a lot of us just were really impressed with watching that game. So it's definitely the standard. Yeah, definitely get some buzzing. They can see it and they can feel it in the speed. It's not something we've talked about as a group at all, but like I said, the players have seen it and they've talked about it amongst themselves, and there's a buzz that excites them. That's the level that they want to play at.
Massive games. I guess those are the kind of games everyone's keen to watch. So when you watch kind of games like that, you kind of think back to yourself and your team and just try and get your team ready, prep yourself ready for the next games that you're playing, and hopefully put on performances like they're playing as us. So, yeah.
That's what impressed me the most, was the speed of play, but the collisions were clean. They were very clean and accurate, and there was no infringing at all around that area. And it's a bloody hard thing to do at that speed and with those collisions where bodies are flying everywhere. And both teams did that very, very well.
That's what fans love to watch, games like that. Two great teams going at it, and also there were some moments in that game where you would hold your breath for longer than usual in those moments. So those are the games, even as players, we try to watch those games and sort of try watch it as a player and get some detail and see what they're doing. But it's hard to not turn into a spectator and actually be on the edge of your seat watching those games, because that's how rugby should be played.
Again, we've had an extended period to prepare. As coaches, we have to balance that, because you can spend too long focusing on opposition. So we've had to balance that. But I feel as though the group's in a pretty good place. We understand what we need to do, both sides of the ball and our set piece. And we trained that reasonably well today. We don't try and assess whether we are, like you say, above the radar or under the radar. We're just trying to go about our work and play to a standard and intensity and speed that we're after, so that we're ready when we need to be.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below, or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.